Frosty here, and today we're going to be going over the best settings if you're switching from controller to keyboard or mouse. Since the new pump shotgun has been vaulted several times, we are going to go over the best thing, because with the new striker, it's pretty good, but it's not good enough, and let's get right into it. Okay, so when you're switching the keyboard or mouse, the best thing is to find your right keybinds. And the reason is because if you don't have the right keybinds, you need to find the keybinds that are comfortable with you. And some people have side buttons for their, basically their building and all that. Let's just say, I've heard that people have been giving complaints a lot to other people who do tutorials on best settings. That what if they don't have side buttons? See, you don't necessarily need side buttons, and if you do, then if they're too expensive for you, there's $20 to $30 options. That might not be the best, but it is something to start off with and get used to. Me, I do not use side buttons. I'm not really that coordinated, that fast to use them, but I do use settings that are comfortable with me, and I'll show you my settings right now. Okay, we're in my settings option, and we got my mouse sensitivity, Y-axis sensitivity 11.5. That sensitivity, that is basically your horizontal, basically looking side to side and all that. And my Y-axis is the same thing, looking up and down. That's what Y-axis is. So target sensitivity, I put it on 30 because you want your target sensitivity to be steady when you aim. You want it to be steady, especially when you're on keyboard and mouse, because last season of Fortnite, the Mark 7 had pretty decent amount of recoil, and you really couldn't aim or hit anybody. So your target sensitivity needs to be pretty low if you want accurate and successful shots to eliminate your teammates. So we got my scope sensitivity, that is 35.0%. You want your scope sensitivity to be higher because you want to have faster reflexes when you're aiming and all that. So my lock input, that allows you using controller input, mouse input together. You don't want that on. I play on PS4 personally. But you do not want that turned on because that can sometimes get mixed up. You can barely touch your controller, and that could, I'm pretty sure it can mess up your keyboard or mouse settings. Your sensitivity multiplier, mine is all the way up to 100, and that is because like some regular mouse sensitivity multiplied by value when it's steering like an air, what's it called? I'm trying to think. Inverted aircraft mouse, yeah. That basically the steering, basically the how fast you look. I turned it to 100 because I want fast reflexes. So invert mouse controls, you do not want that because it basically switches your up and down. So you look up, and that makes you look down, and then when you look down, it makes you look up. So that's what invert is. I have that turned off. In your tank settings, that's just, I have that off. I don't know. They took tanks out, so there's really no point of having it on at all. If you're a beginner, you'd want your mouse sensitivity to go from low to high as you basically improve. If you're a beginner, it just really doesn't matter as long as you're comfortable with it. My settings, I'm comfortable with it. If you're comfortable with it, use them. It's up to you. And it's really all I have to say, because usually when people are beginners at keyboard and mouse, they watch these insane YouTubers like doing edits on TikTok and tons of social media, and they're like, I want to do that, but they don't necessarily find the right keybinds. So if you want the right keybinds, most likely probably watch a YouTube video on it. Maybe this one. You can watch anybody else's. It doesn't really matter, but you wanna. So when it comes to KBM, the reason why keyboard and mouse is like, in my opinion, better than controllers, because on controllers, think about it. Let's just say you need to pull out your weapons fast enough, and you have actual binds for them. That's the problem with controller these days. You don't have any special binds. I'm pretty sure you can modify that. You can modify that, but if you want successful reflexes, basically to pull out your weapons, I would suggest going to keyboard and mouse. Okay, so to the next subject, keybinds. Your keybinds are really important because you want to be comfortable with your keybinds as you play the game, and you want to be comfortable with not only comfortable. Oh my God, stop! I'm stuttering. But you only don't need to be comfortable with your keybinds. You also need to remember where you're pressing. See, as you can see, my building and everything's weird, but that's my best and my most comfortable way. I'm just different. So, I hope this video helped you. So we'll be discussing something when I get back to the lobby. Okay, the discussion is, I'm not really gonna be uploading much because I'm trying to get fit for the summer. I'm not in shape. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm not in shape. I'm trying to get in shape this summer, so I won't be uploading very much. But if you enjoy content like this and how to do things, like especially when you're on keyboard and mouse and you're a new user, hopefully this video helped you. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.